Hi, my name is Paul Carlisle, and if you have type 2 diabetes, type 1 diabetes, you've been diagnosed as pre-diabetic, or you have a loved one with any of these conditions, then stop what you are doing and listen, as these conditions and more can be completely reversed from the comfort of your own home and without having to visit a single doctor or surgery. In the next few minutes, I'm going to share with you a little known diabetes curing secret that the $245 billion, yes, you heard me, $245 billion a year diabetes pharmaceutical industry is desperately scrambling to try and suppress. Because this cure, yes, I said cure, would destroy the business model that's making them billions off this terrible disease. I'm going to tell you about something that has been unanimously shunned by the big pharma bribed medical community. The same method that has caused doctors who dare to reveal it to be fined, harassed, sued, and even jailed. And if you're thinking this diabetes cure is about strenuous exercise or starving yourself of delicious meals, think again. I'm talking about an all-natural, safe, and permanent, yes, that's right, permanent cure for diabetes. I'm talking about not just covering up your diabetes symptoms through so-called diabetes management medications or treatments, but tackling the root cause of your diabetes head on. Grabbing the root of the weed that is diabetes, tearing it out, and tossing it away. For good. All naturally, all safely, all by following this one-of-a-kind method backed up by solid science. This exact same secret has even led to my discovery of a simple, seemingly bizarre but highly effective 30-second trick to instantly increasing your insulin sensitivity and energy expenditure, resulting in an immediate drop in blood sugar and rapid weight loss. This trick is something you've never heard of before, but something you can do right now at home, in just 30 seconds. And no, I'm not talking about swallowing a single tablet or supplement, or doing a single bit of exercise. This trick, I promise, will surprise you. Can you just imagine the absolute joy of finally saying adios to your diabetes? The feeling of waking up in the morning knowing that your blood sugar is under your control and will be throughout the entire day, no matter what you eat, drink, or do. No more needles, no more expensive and, contrary to popular belief, dangerous diabetes medications. More on this in just a moment. No more finger pricking or test strips. No more trips to the doctor for disappointing test after disappointing test. No more frustration and embarrassment. No more boring and tasteless diabetic-friendly food that does nothing but leave a hole in your wallet. And above all else, no more feeling trapped. Can you just imagine the feeling of knowing you're finally free? Finally rid of this debilitating disease? Finally able to no longer live in fear but in complete peace of mind in the knowledge you're no longer a burden or worry for your loved ones? No longer having to face the gut-wrenching decision of letting your family know this meeting may be their last with you. And how do you think your family will feel knowing that they've got their wife or husband or father or grand... You're probably calling me crazy right now, some sort of charlatan, and frankly, I would understand. I was the one thinking the same things not that long ago, and honestly, I still would be had I not had the opportunity to experience firsthand the totally astounding properties of this 3-week diabetes curing method. The beauty of this method, which I'll get to in just a moment, is that it's guaranteed to work, because it targets a strange and previously overlooked body tissue that we've had since birth, and that we never lose for our entire life. No matter if you're 8 years old or 80 years old, no matter if you have uncontrolled blood sugar, type 1, type 2, or even pre-diabetes, no matter if you've tried and failed with every single diabetes treatment or medication out there, the shockingly simple natural diabetes-destroying method that has not helped just me, but to this day helped cure over 29,854 people of their diabetes. Every single one of their doctors left muddling their words trying to fathom out their miraculous recovery. People like Jonathan Williams from Missouri, who wrote in to say,
"Hi, my name is Jonathan. I wanted to personally thank you for giving me the chance to try out your secret to curing my diabetes. It's been 22 days, and already I'm finally able to eat and drink whatever I like, carbs, cakes, you name it, without the worry and fear of my blood sugar shooting out of control and my energy dropping like a lead weight. I feel like a new man. Thank you so much."
And Valerie Davenport from Colorado.
Honestly, I was very skeptical when I heard about a diabetes curing secret. I had never heard of something like it before. As a longtime sufferer of type 2 diabetes for over 10 years, I was sick and tired of the day-to-day medications and testing, so I really had nothing to lose. Well, it's been only 26 days, and I never would have expected results like this. I have lost over 13 pounds of fat, and the most amazing part is that I'm now in total control of my blood glucose. My husband said I have never looked better, and I've never been so confident. Thank you from the bottom of my heart, Valerie.
And people like Samuel Latham from California, who said,
"Hey, I'm just writing to you to thank you personally for giving me the opportunity to try out your diabetes curing secret. I mean, I've been following it carefully for just 3 weeks, and I've already noticed a dramatic change in my body. I have so much more energy, I'm feeling happier, And my blood sugar results don't lie. I'm no longer in the diabetic range. I can finally promise my grandkids that I'll see their graduation at college. Thank you so much. Samuel.
Now this is pretty heady stuff, and I certainly wouldn't blame you if you're getting a little ticked, saying, this guy is about to sell me a load of useless crap, and he's selling me on it in the worst way. But truthfully, I'm describing to you how I felt when I finally kicked my diabetes to the curb. After my doctor came back with my results over 10 years ago and told me I had type 2 diabetes, I was devastated. I was hopeless. Sadly, I was kind of expecting it. My father too had diabetes, and he did just what his doctor ordered. He took the meds he was prescribed, he cut back on sugary foods and carbs, he lost weight, he ate the bland, tasteless food, but ultimately, he never seemed to lose the disease. He seemed to get sicker and sicker each day. Eventually, peripheral arterial disease struck like it had for so many others, and the day finally came when the doctor decided it would be necessary to amputate his foot to save his life. This sadly took him from us. And then, years later, lo and behold, the same medication that did zilch to prevent my father's death was the same medication my doctor prescribed me. And sure enough, I was steamrolling down the same hill faster than I ever thought possible. I started off with metformin. It made me sick and unable to breathe. He then put me on Amaryl, which only made me put on pounds of fat and dangerously lowered my blood sugar. He even put me on Actose, which made me tired, sick, and turned my skin yellow. Each time, I didn't want to think of the damage these so-called revolutionary drugs were doing to my body. In fact, a 2007 study in the New England Journal of Medicine linked the diabetic medicine Avendia to a 43% increased risk of heart attack and a 64% risk of cardiovascular death, compared to patients treated with other methods. I'm sure you can appreciate the frustration and hopelessness I was feeling. Nothing worked, and I was day by day damaging my organs and health and increasing my risk of death. For what? Just to help maintain my blood sugar levels? It didn't seem like the right way to go about it. But what else was there? I soon developed worrying heart problems which culminated in an excruciating pain in my chest. I was rushed to the hospital. I felt sick to my stomach. Would I suffer the same fate as my father? Was this really it? I turned around and it was an old doctor of mine, Dr. Evans, from when I was younger. Unbeknownst to me, when it comes to diabetes medications and treatments, the medications prescribed go through the shortest clinical trials possible. Trials cost the pharmaceutical companies billions. And what if they find bad side effects? To cancel a drug after so long would be a huge loss of revenue. Instead, they invest heavily in medical establishments to ensure the medications are prescribed without a second thought of the consequences. This included the very hospital I was treated in. My doctor, and most likely your doctor too. It found that the herb named bitter melon was actually far superior to the diabetes medication Avendia in the management of diabetes and its complications. Dr. Evans explained that neutral remedies and treatments for diabetes do exist, and they exist in abundance. It is the perfect anti-diabetic tissue, and we all have it. The best part is that all humans, no matter which age, no matter if you are type 1, type 2 diabetes, pre-diabetes, no matter the extent of your condition or the levels of blood sugar, can not only reverse their diabetes, but actually cure it by activating and increasing the amount of brown fat in their body. Everyone has this ability, and everyone always will. I could finally control my blood glucose and naturally rid myself of this disease once and for all. I spent the next 3.5 months studying countless medical journals and papers, systematically testing every natural food, herb, spice, and method to increase and activate my brown adipose tissue and control my blood sugar. Adamantly, a lot of tests didn't work, but when some did, they worked better than I could have imagined. It was working. It felt like a dream come true. No starving myself of delicious carbs, no strenuous exercise, just a simple proven program to curing my diabetes by utilizing my body's natural assets. And in just 3 weeks, my blood sugar was back down in the range of normal, and it stayed there. Now you've been told over and over and over again that there is no such thing as a cure for diabetes. I'm no longer trapped by my diabetes. I can finally eat and enjoy pasta, pizza, whatever I like with no fear of my blood glucose shooting through the roof. My wife says I'm a changed man. I wake up every morning overflowing with energy and enthusiasm. I no longer live in fear of amputations, heart attacks, and strokes that both diabetes and the nasty side effects of diabetic medication would have dealt me. I don't have to put up with the frustration of checking my blood glucose throughout the day. I shocked my regular doctor when he saw my weight loss and blood glucose readings. I had accomplished my mission to finally cure my diabetes for good. After all, it was 100% natural, safe, and proven to be effective. Why wouldn't they jump at that chance? We decided to put everything online, and that's what I have for you today. A natural, safe, and 100% effective diabetes cure backed up by clinical studies and real-world success. In the Diabetes Miracle Cure Guide, we have kept everything easy and simple to follow. If you're not entirely happy with your results no matter what you are expecting, just let us know. You're holding the key to a life of freedom and joy that you might have thought you'd never get back again. Will you take it? Just press the Order Now button below. You want to stop worrying about what you eat or don't eat, what you do or don't do, and how you're going to schedule your day to accommodate your diabetes and the drugs that claim to help you control it. You want to live a life of freedom, to live on your own terms again, to show your loved ones that they have you back the way you used to be the person you always were but thought you'd never be again. If this is what you want, the button to make it happen is right in front of you. Press it and get ready to live again. The day you remember as the day you took that first, crucial step to finally curing your diabetes. The day you stopped going with the flow and took back control of your life. Or the day you gave your loved one the gift of renewed freedom and untapped energy, the likes of which you thought you'd never see again. But you know what has been even more valuable? Living. Living my life on my terms and those of my loved ones, not my drugs or my disease. It's like winning the biggest game of my life and saying to the drugs and to the hospitals and the doctors and the needles and the pinpricks and to do this damn disease, I won. You lost. I'm finally free. All I need now is for the millions of people out there, like you, like your loved ones, to join me. If you reach out and click that Order Now button, in 3 weeks or so and for the rest of your life, you're going to be so glad that you actually went and did it. Life is waiting.